So guys, NEO stock down 7% after earnings. Of course, the market not reacting positively towards the earnings report. In this video, I'll be sharing some of my personal opinion. Of course, the previous video was a recap. If you want to recap, watch that video. This video is going to be just my opinion. So obviously with the earnings report, the numbers weren't spectacular, but I guess it's very much are you a pessimist or optimist kind of situation. Now on the NEO app, a lot of people are reacting with mixed bag. All right, some people were very happy that NEO's orders are increasing by a lot. They've done so many achievements. They've gotten so much success in terms of accolades, etc. But also, some NEO owners are also like me, stockholders as well, and we are deeply disappointed with the fact that we didn't do that well in Q1. Okay, and of course, the usual excuse is product transition into 2024 product. There's always a product transition happening. So take that for what it's worth, but also what you notice right now is the fact that they lost 700 million. All right, 718 million net loss, quite substantial, and most of that is of course going to R&D, $396.7 million US in R&D. They've been pretty proud and adamant about their R&D expenses, and their R&D expenses is definitely what makes their product so well. Okay, and they're definitely able to make their product the best through aggressive R&D spending, and they've guided that R&D expenses for 2024 will be pretty much similar to 2023. Also, they're doing quite a lot of marketing as well, so SG&A cost also quite high, 415.1 million, also even higher than R&D expenses. All right, this was a pretty big increase. All right, okay, 22.5% increase from the first quarter of 2023. Definitely lots of marketing that they're doing, and the way I think of this is, they're still a growth company, even though we didn't really see much growth in Q1. The guidance really proves that they are doing a lot of growth. Okay, they are doing a lot of growth, and think about it this way: they're investing a lot of the money into R&D, into the future of the company. The company is still growing in the sense that infrastructure is growing, sales channels are growing. They're making new highs in terms of record deliveries, and that's all that matters in my opinion. I mean, if you look at Amazon lost money for 9 years before churning out a profitable quarter. And I think this is something similar, like NEO's investing a lot of money into sub-brand, all that stuff, and that's going to pay off eventually, but not right now at the moment. One thing that I was quite disappointed with is, NEO apparently isn't really that good at getting investors hyped up about the company, which I think they should. Okay, they didn't really talk about pre-orders for Onvo, which I think was a big mistake. They should have talked about pre-orders. Back when ET5 was launched, they talked about pre-orders, 200K pre-orders. Of course, that kind of bit them on the butt, because of course the deliveries for that was too prolonged and people ended up canceling their orders. But that was a lot of hype, right? And I think what NEO right now is investor enthusiasm, okay? And with those investor enthusiasm, with Onvo, let people know that we have a lot of orders for Onvo. Onvo's going to be a blockbuster as well. Right now, it's just that investors don't see that, all right? There's no way to see if you're so tight-lipped. You're not talking about Onvo pre-orders. How is the reception towards it? All they said was that it was higher than their expectations, and this was through a Q&A that the one of the investment firms brought up, which I think they should have been a lot more optimistic and sharing a lot of these information. Okay, guys, looking forward, NEO is still going to make record deliveries. They made record deliveries, and this month they're probably going to make record deliveries again. Orders are doing strong, doing very well. they're delivering like 6,700 vehicles per week, and we are still in uptrend. All right, the stock is still in an uptrend. We have not broken below 4.72, which was the previous low. Okay, in that sense, we are still in uptrend. We are still bullish. Okay, so yes, the earnings was disappointing, but I think this gave us another load up opportunity. And even on the new app, I saw a lot of new owners saying that they loaded up earlier this morning. It was a blessing in disguise with this pop down, and they're buying more new stock. And I still believe that we're going to head up, even though things have not played out the way I expected. Yes, when we went up here, I said we're going to pull back. We pulled back. I was expecting record deliveries and great earnings beat to really boost us up, but apparently I'm wrong on that aspect. Yes, inventory cars, keep in mind, it was a relative small impact. All right, it was a relative small impact. It isn't going to affect Q2 margins as much as it affected Q1 margins, because that was at the end of January, early February, they announced the product shift, and then all the 2023 versions basically had the inventory car discount, so people were buying that up, and those had pretty hefty discounts. But nowadays in Q2, you don't really get that. You get a different incentive, which makes more sense, which is less cost for NIO upfront. One of the things that they really talked about was the fact that going forward with these incentives, like the BAS incentive, right? It's really more of optimization and prolonged longevity of the battery, which they're able to stretch out and make the payments a lot cheaper with the 4-month, pay 4 months, get 1 month free, which is really nice. And then they're also, of course, reducing down some of the other incentives like free battery swap, vouchers, etc. So they're making a lot of great adjustments. And you got to remember, there's still a lot of people at the NIO booth buying NIO's vehicles, right? And they're still delivering a lot of cars, okay? And look at this. NIO delivered 15,000 vehicles in April, 20,544. In May, as of May 31st, cumulative deliveries of NIO reached 515,811. And of course, going forward, Envo, Firefly, they're putting money, investing money into that, and this is of course going to pay off in the future. So my important message is we are still in an uptrend. This Q1 earnings is bad, but this is behind us. Going forward, NIO is still making record deliveries. We are still doing very well in terms of the sales. And look, NIO is a growth company. They're growing deliveries by a lot, and comparably, even Amazon, they didn't earn any profit for 9 years. So NIO is going to be like that, grow, lose money, and as long as they're able to grow their deliveries, as long as they're able to, get in more revenue, that doesn't matter. The fact that they're losing money doesn't matter. There will always be people willing to invest in NIO, to pump more money into NIO, just like how the Wuhan government pumped money into NIO Power. So this is pretty interesting, okay? And guys, going forward, I just don't want you guys to be too upset about this. This is definitely another great load up opportunity. Looking forward, okay? Just be optimistic. Things are still doing great here in China. People still want to buy NIO. They've done a lot of achievements. So don't get too upset, guys. Don't get too upset. All right? And even though price is down, we could just pop back up in the next 2 days. All right? And we could just see another batch of investment into NIO. Chinese government somewhere pumps more money into NIO. That's totally possible. Okay? Totally possible. Okay? And the fact that they're still expanding, they're still building more swap stations. It takes money to become number one, okay? But then once they're number one, that's when they'll be able to earn a lot of money, learn a lot of profit, okay? As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.